I can remember that. Chris, if we zoom in here, we're going to be working on her face tomorrow. She's got some elastosis, some laxity, a little bit of red face syndrome or rosacea, and I'm just looking at some lines and rhytids, and I'm building a plan like you would during a consultation. She'd be good multi-applicator opportunity with the Morpheus from the outside in for tightening and firming. Some photofacial IPL with a Lamecca, the new Lamecca Peak we'll talk about. Some toxin, maybe a little bit of filler, selectively around the face, Accutite, or the new product we're going to talk about for tissue tightening, and maybe even a little suture suspension to hold the whole thing up once we've heated it. That's a bundle therapy consultation for tomorrow. What I'd like to do, if we can take a look at your tummy, are you okay with looking at your tummy there, young lady? And so she's got a tummy here that also has had, that's it. Totally relaxed. And if we look at her tummy, she is a big believer in excision, so I love this kind of patient. What don't you like? We'll just cut it off and throw it away. Oh, your husband? No, that's not included in the deal. That's a bundle deal. And so she still has a little bit of fat post-excision, and her tummy looks quite smooth and nice. And she's got about on each side, maybe 4 centimeters of fat. So in a half of a pinch test, it's 2 centimeters or an inch. The problem is Morpheus goes down to 7 millimeters of ablation in native heat, but it's all we got right now until after the break. And so ideally, I'd like to get even her deeper fat, but she's got some laxity, wiggly, jiggly tummy skin. I want to kill as much fat as I can from the outside in my side office and get some skin tightening. And so, just hand me that device right here. This is the current Morpheus body applicator. Comes with a tip that you dispose of. You can have unlimited pulses on this tip. There are some nuances to this applicator, and there's a new one that was launched called the Morpheus Burst Family, M24, M40. Most of you have this one. The negative electrodes are on the skin. Unlike body type, face type, where they slide, this stays on one spot. The microelectrodes, I don't like to call them needles, they're microelectrodes that are gold-plated, protrude whatever depth you want, with whatever pulse duration you want. You get to overlap whatever percent you believe is best, and you can do multiple pass or single pass. You can do fixed pulse duration, which is 1 second, or you have fixed with long pulse duration or cycle with short pulse duration. They also have a burst mode where you can treat 3 levels or 2 levels at once. So let's just show off the burst mode, Jim, if you have the foot pedal here. And let's put it on like a 753, so 7 millimeter, 5 millimeter, 3 millimeter burst. So I can treat her tummy skin at 3 levels in 1 pulse. And so if we zoom in on that, very nice work. That's like the National Geographic at the Sphere. Gotta see the Sphere, that place is super cool. And there is 3 levels at once. So in 1 second, boom, 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 boom. I can kill 3 levels of fat, get 3 levels of FSN, and the pulses are about every 100, 150 microseconds with 150 microsecond interpulse delay. It is so fast that the heat buildup isn't taken away by blood vessels or conduction, and the heat travels up to the negative electrodes on the skin, and you get a very nice dermal remodeling. You can put this at 642, 53, or 42. So single depth, cycle or fixed is long pulse duration, or burst, multiple depth, 753, 642, 5342, triple burst or double burst for very efficient treatment. And so basically, if we zoom out a little bit there, Chris, we mark out the area that bothers the patient. I can only go down 8 millimeters, so I can't get right down to the depth of her fat with this product, but after the break, I'll be able to. And now we have our external approach. We have to decide modest energy, let's say up to 25. You can usually do comfortably with topical. And if you start to get like 45 to 55, you probably need nitrous oxide and or lidocaine. That's just what I found over the past 7 or 8 years of this product. And so whatever workstation you have this on, it comes across a number of workstations. You have your selection, you select your parameters, and you put the skin on stretch. She's gonna have some topical anesthesia, and that anesthesia is usually gonna be compounded. And typically, this is common in my practice, 23.7.2. 23% lighter, 7% tetra, and 0.2 phenylephrine. Phenylephrine allows the product to get down a little deeper, and it vasoconstricts and holds it there longer. So this is a nice combo, but even with this at high energy, it hurts. And so the next level, because some patients are fine with that, the next level, Chris, if you look over here, is the best energy-based assisted device you're ever going to buy for 6 or 7 grand, nitrous oxide. This is inhalational euphoria. What does that mean? And so, this has no THC or CBD in it. This is nitrous oxide and oxygen in a 50-50 mix. And after 6 deep breaths, you get a profound release of serotonin and dopamine. A sense of inappropriate well-being in the presence of impending doom. And that's the beauty of this product. This makes the Morpheus under topical kind of fun. It's like fun pain. The patient goes, oh, I know what's going on, but I don't care. This is essential. It is legal in every state. It is not an anesthetic, it's analgesic. And they can drive legally after 15 minutes. And so I'm a big fan of this. Everything that has discomfort. I've even moved away from pain to discomfort because they're going to come back if they have fun. If they feel high, they'll come back. In fact, just charge a Pronox program and they come back in just for the Pronox because life sucks.
Oh, dear God.
So I have lots of these products. I have one in the billing room. That'll be $3,000. Okay, here's my credit card. Okay, and so we're going to give this, I'm just joking, okay, not at your expense. Okay, come around here, shall we? And we're going to get this going here and just take she'll help you, nice deep breaths. Now, the other thing about nitrous oxide is I use a safe filter because it filters out viruses. Even before the pandemic, I just didn't like people breathing on me. It's creepy. Or shaking their hand. I'm looking like a germphobe. And so I like these filters because she can't get my viruses, but more importantly, I can't get hers. And so I also want her to get high quickly. So I don't like the clips that come with the company because it hurts the nose a bit. So take that out just for a second. I take these little Amazon earplugs. You can buy hundreds of them for next to nothing from Jeff Bezos. He's probably used them himself. And you put that inside, and they expand so that she is breathing pure nitrous oxide. What does that mean? It means she gets higher quicker. Now I also like these, and now I get why dentists do what they do. Now she can't talk to me because that's annoying too. It's great. I'm just kidding. I love what you said. True and true. Okay. Now, we're ready to go. Let's say she's had those 6 deep breaths. We've had the 23.7.2 on for 10 minutes. While we've got her ready, we've got our settings. We select how many passes. We've decided how much overlap with each pass. We've decided it's cycle or fixed or burst. And you're deciding that because you want to know how much fat, how much FSM, and dermal remodeling. You put the skin on stretch, and this is, we're going to do a triple burst at 25, 753, 753. And you see that? That's kind of scary, man. That's like medieval torture. And so if she's having discomfort that exceeds nitrous oxide and topical, be prepared for a little mesotherapy lidocaine. We'll talk about that a little later. Put the skin on stretch, mark out the area of the side office, and overlap about, I like 50%. Keep an eye on the dermis, and treat the area. 2 passes at 753, 2 passes at 642, not a bad protocol to get every millimeter of fat coagulated between 7 millimeters and 2 millimeters. And now if she had atrophic striatum with light skin, you can do the resurfacing tip, or just put this put it on 2 millimeters, give me fixed at 20. Here's a little trick you can do, don't tell him mode. Rather than use the resurfacing tip, just do this. 2 millimeters fixed. Now, I'm going to, and just zoom in on that. I'm just staying there forever at 2 millimeters.
Now I can use this as a resurfacing tip with epidermal dermal coagulation. The idea is typically to go through the skin, down to the fat, then releases as energy. But with stretch marks or wrinkles, I can coagulate my way through. And I can create a little bit of a burn, which is a little more stingy. She doesn't like it. I'm not torturing her, I'm educating you. The two things are different. And so put it back on 753, 642, but you can do resurfacing over stretch marks. So Chuck would split screen. Let's keep one side PowerPoint and one side Jim doing his treatment. And so you can go after that fat, you can kill it, you can tighten that FSN from 7 millimeters to the dermis. Man, I'd like to go down 2 centimeters, 3 centimeters, 4 centimeters, and do the same thing in my side office. That's after the break. And so you gotta master this. I start with a little Toradol, an anti-inflammatory. I never use narcotic. 1 tablespoon of a topical that you may like. Benzocaine, lidocaine, tetracaine, Maxilene, Alamax. I'm a big fan of compounding with 23.7.2. That works quite nicely. Inhalational, get a nitrous oxide system. It'll help you with photofacials, with injectables, with laser hair removal, with Morpheus, with the new product I'm talking about after lunch. And get familiar with injecting lidocaine on the face and on the body when the patient needs it. Okay? So, now we got them comfortable, we got them on nitrous oxide, we got them on a topical. Now we're going to use our products. The product's going to be energy-based, toxin, and or filler, or all three. Now you can use that Morpheus to great advantage. Look at that screen right. Look at the jawline and the jowl. I went down to her jowl. She wasn't particularly heavy, so I could get down 8 millimeters and make a significant change in her waddle and her jowl. I used a resurfacing version of this tip to do what carbon dioxide should do, epidermal dermal ablation, 2 or 3 passes. She's gonna have some downtime. She might have to take a few days off, maybe a week, but that's excellent remodeling. Let's say this was her abdomen, our patient's abdomen, Kathy's abdomen. A little bit of fat, you can get down 7 millimeters of ablation, 8 millimeters of heat. You can make some single or multiple treatment session improvements in her stretch marks and her tummy. What's the average protocol in my clinic? 1 Morpheus a month for 3 months. Typically 3 sessions. You can make it every 6 weeks. You can sell a one and done and just pay as you play. But typically 3 sessions to kill enough fat and tighten the skin is going to be the protocol that works most consistently. How much do you charge for that? As part of our 10 P's of success under price. I charge whatever I can. The higher the better. We'll talk about average price in the US market, but typically $3,000 for a package of 3 is pretty resilient in any urban market. Cellulite, fat, stretch marks, facial contouring, submental waddles, jawlines, nasolabial folds. All of these periocular aggressive treatments of the upper and lower lid, all addressable by this product. In fact, if you look at the top 10 ways you're going to make money, the Morpheus permeates many of those opportunities, which is why it has become the most successful energy-based device ever. 1 million Morpheus is done last year. 1 million. 1 Morpheus done every 23 seconds. Anti-aging. Face tightening, jowl reduction, submenum, when there's a modest amount of fat. Non-surgical body contouring, tummy, thighs, arms. The use of this product for cellulite reduction, for skin tightening face and body. Using this product, creating those access ports and then putting PRP or exosomes on. This product for atrophic striatum, acne scars, inflammatory changes, and it works. But it ain't no microneedling. They're totally different. An RF microneedler has a role. I have 3 or 4 in my clinic, and they're good in the hands of my esthetician for 6 to 8 treatments and modest dermal improvement. But you don't kill a lot of fat. It doesn't go down that deep. You don't get a lot of FSN. It doesn't go down that deep, nor does it have the same ablative index. They typically are little rows of positive negative needles that talk to each other. They don't go up to the skin. And there's a small ablative index, which is why it's comfortable. And it has a role, like microneedling in general, for modest textural improvement. But don't fool yourself or allow a sales rep to fool you that it has the same clinical outcome. It just doesn't. These are some of the common ones. I have 3 of them. They work. My estheticians build it into, like, we can do stratum corneum reduction, we can do a microdermabrasion, and we could add microneedling with or without RF. That's kind of where it belongs, but it ain't doing fat reduction. It is not doing significant lifting and tightening, but it may be a product in your clinic. Morpheus stands on its own because of the depth it goes, because it's tip to skin, and it's a massive amount relative to the other competitors' ablation and coagulation, which is why it hurts, but it works. A lot of papers on the Morpheus, read them. Of course, that's not what clients read, this is what they read. Us, now, we, them, star, people. And again, as we know, the millennials are highly influenced by influencers. And there ain't no group of humans more influencered than the Kardashians. And so let's take a look at this. What's interesting. And ready.
Kim Kardashian, the 41-year-old Skims mogul, shared with her Instagram followers on Wednesday that had to do with her health. The Kardashian star also shared a candid photo to her Instagram story on Wednesday of her stomach after undergoing a tightening treatment called Morpheus, which is a microneedling device that uses radio frequency energy to penetrate deep into the skin and fat for a smoother and sleeker appearance. "This is a game changer," she wrote over the snap, writing, "I think this is my favorite."
So, a bit shocking that she would actually, talk about doing the Morpheus.
Kim Kardashian.
But damn if she didn't do it again and post about it, and her sister. That's like 2/3 of a billion eyeballs. That together with online virality around the Morpheus use, that it works, but it hurts, it's great for contouring, and it ain't no microneedling, has led to this past year, in 2023, not 2024, 1 million treatments. That's 2,739 treatments a day, 114 treatments every hour, approximately 2 a minute, or every 30 seconds. If you look at Google activity in 2023, there were billions of searches around Morpheus, more than Botox and Juvederm combined, which are fairly mature products. In fact, a rare serpent version, blue, is the curve for searches for microneedling as a generic class. One product within that generic class, Morpheus, dominates search by 100 times. And all the other competitors I just showed you, not that they don't work on the dermis, they do, they just don't work on the fat, and ain't nobody's heard of them, so there's no traffic coming to your office. That's an unusual SERPA version you rarely see. From plastic surgeon's perspective in 2023, the Morpheus become the number way a plastic surgeon in the aesthetic space will make money outside of the OR. 4 million toxins, 3 million fillers, 1 million Morpheuses, but 3 to 4 times the revenue per treatment for the Morpheus than toxin. So that initial vision of the company